Hello students, in the last video lecture we have completed the functions of General Secretary. This is chapter number 1, meaning and type of secretary. Meaning and types of secretary. And in this topic, in type of secretaries, we were doing company secretary, company secretary in any company is of two types. One is general secretary and other is administrative secretary. Administrative company secretary. If there are two types of company secretary in any company, it means their functions are also different. So far as functions of general secretary is concerned, we have already done in previous video lecture. Now today we are going to start the functions of administrative company secretary. Functions of administrative company secretary. First, to provide reliable informations. To provide reliable informations about the company's activities to the board of directors, so that they are able to make perfect policy for the company. So it is the duty of administrative company secretary to provide all types of reliable information about the company's affairs, about the company's activities, so that on that basis BOD, board of directors, can make policies for the betterment of the company. They are able to make accurate policy only when company secretary is providing all relevant, all reliable information, all authentic information to the board of directors. This is one of the function of administrative company secretary. Second point, to administer the work of various department in the company. This is the function of administrative company secretary, to control all the work, all the activities which are undertaken in various departments of the same company. Beside this, Any other functions of administrative company secretary? Yes, to observe accounts, to observe books of accounts, this is also his duty to see whether all the books of accounts are properly maintained, prepared according to law, according to provision of Companies Act or not. To observe books of accounts, it means this is the duty of administrative company secretary to check. Time to time he needs to check whether books of accounts, all types of accounts are properly prepared or they are prepared according to rules and regulation, according to law, according to provision of Companies Act 2013 or not. If not, then he has to inform about this also to board of directors, to observe books of accounts. Fourth, to prepare agreement, on behalf of company. These are the functions of administrative company secretary. Company secretary has to prepare different types of agreement. They need to enter into contract, but on behalf of company. One more point, to select and appoint employees also. Fifth point I am writing here. To select and appoint employees for the company. This is the responsibility of administrative company secretary to select and appoint right person for the right job in right numbers. Their duty is to appoint employees. Then their duty is to provide reliable, relevant, authentic information to the board of directors, so that on that basis they are able to make policies for the company. Then his duty is to administer the work of various departments in the company. His duty is to observe the books of accounts. Here, observe books of accounts means he has to check after regular interval whether all the accounts in the registers are properly prepared or not. All the transactions are properly recorded in that books of account or not. And to prepare agreement on behalf of company means they have right to enter into an agreement, but on behalf of company by the order of board of directors. These are the functions of administrative company secretary. Next topic, secretary of embassy. So far we have completed private secretary, who is also known as PA, personal assistant, or another name, confidential secretary. Because his duty is to maintain secrecy of his master. That's why private secretary is also known as confidential secretary. Second, we have done ministerial secretary. In Western countries, presidents are elected and they are distributing the whole work, all departments to different individuals, to different head, and these head are called ministerial secretary. Third, company secretary, in which we have completed the functions of general secretary, and the functions of administrative secretary. Main functions of general secretary: to conduct correspondence on behalf of company with the third party, to conduct correspondence, to issue shares or debentures by the order of board of directors, to perform other activities related with shares like allotment of share, transfer of share, forfeiture of share. Then third one is, and then fourth one is to conduct all other important activities on behalf of company. Now administrative secretary, to select and appoint employees for the company. First, today we have completed to select and appoint employees, to observe books of accounts, to provide relevant information or reliable information, accurate information to the board of directors, and indirectly they are helping in policy making. So these are the main functions of administrative company secretary. Next is departmental secretary. Fourth one is departmental secretary. Now what is departmental secretary? Again, same explanation. It is similar to ministerial secretary. Departmental secretary, whenever any party, especially we are talking about India, whenever in India any party comes in majority means now they need to make government. So after becoming prime minister, he has to distribute the different departments to different ministers. That those ministers are called cabinet minister. Means the prime minister requires to form a cabinet, and for each department he needs to appoint minister who is called cabinet minister. Means cabinet minister is in charge of that particular department which is given by prime minister to them. Means after forming government, and who is forming government in India? Through democratic process, those who gains majority, those who earns majority, they have the power, they have the right to form government. Once the government is formed, then prime minister is allotting different departments to different ministers. Those ministers are called cabinet ministers. They are in charge of that particular department. Now all work in every department, all activities in every department can be undertaken in a smoothly manner. For this purpose, each cabinet minister is appointing a gazetted officer who is also IAS, Indian Administrative Service, who is IAS officer. That IAS officer is appointed as a secretary for that particular department. So the gazetted officer or IAS officer who is appointed by cabinet minister of that particular department in order to manage all the activities of that particular department, that administrative officer, that IAS officer or gazetted officer is known as secretary, means departmental secretary. This is called departmental secretary. Again, the party who wins majority, who earns majority, they have right to form government. After forming government, they are distributing different departments to different ministers. These ministers are called cabinet minister, or we can say they are in charge of that particular department. All the activities in their department can be undertaken in a smoothly manner. For this purpose, they are appointing a gazetted officer or IAS officer to manage all the activities of that particular department. That gazetted officer or IAS officer is called departmental secretary, not cabinet minister. IAS officer who is appointed as the secretary is called departmental secretary. And next topic, Secretary of embassy. Now, what is Secretary of Embassy? Every country are nominating their representatives as an ambassador. Every country is nominating or selecting a person as representative, and appoint them as an ambassador. Appoint them as an ambassador in other country. Every country is nominating one person as their representative. This person is appointed as an ambassador and shifted in other country. The function, the work of this ambassador is called secretary. First of all, this ambassador is called Secretary of Embassy. Embassy is the office which is established in other country. The office of one country is established in other country. That office is called embassy. And the head of this embassy is called a Secretary of Embassy. Now, what is the function of Secretary of Embassy? First point, to convince. Sorry, I'm ready. First point, the function of Secretary of Embassy to protect the interest of their country. For example, the Secretary of Embassy or Ambassador, suppose he is the Secretary of America, Secretary of Embassy of America. So, the Secretary of Embassy of America needs to protect their interest in India, protect the interest of America in India. Their function, their responsibility is to protect the interest of America in India. Because this person, Secretary of Embassy, is present in India. Their office is in India. That is called Embassy of America, means Office of America in simple language. Embassy of Japan means Office of Japan. And in each embassy, a representative from that country is appointed as head of the office, head of the embassy. That head of the embassy is called Secretary of Embassy. And his duty is to protect the interest of their country in India or in other country. Second, to convince the ideology of their own country. Means they try to disclose the ideology, the culture, the tradition of their own country in other country. For example, Secretary of Embassy of America, they always try to disclose their or tell their ideology, culture, tradition of their own country in India, so that Indian people are aware, they become familiar with the tradition, customs, religion of America. They are able to know something more about America. That's why they try to convince the ideology of their own country in other country, or we can say in India. These are the functions of Secretary of Embassy. Then next, Secretary of Association. Last topic, Secretary of Association. Secretary of Association. So, From the SPCC point of view, these are the secretary of different association. That's why it is not so much important. So only name you have to learn. Different types of secretary in different types of association. For example, already we have done that student union association means no required to go for detailed explanation. Only you have to learn different types of secretary of different association. For example, student union association. Union association, student union secretary, student union secretary. Then student union secretary, then labor union secretary. Then third one is educational institute secretary. Then trade association secretary, student union secretary, educational institute secretary, trade association secretary, then one club secretary, club secretary. So one is student union secretary, then labor union secretary, then educational institute secretary, trade association secretary, club secretary, and last one is cooperative society secretary. Cooperative society secretary. So only you have to learn the name. Explanation from this part will not be asked in exam. This is the last topic. Now, meaning of secretary we have completed. Characteristics of secretary we have completed. Then types of secretary, all types of secretary we have completed. Functions of, important question is functions of general secretary and functions of administrative secretary. Then what do you mean by departmental secretary? This is also important topic. So almost all explanation we have completed. Now chapter is completely finished. Till then, goodbye.